Not too long ago, it was announced that a Shrek 5 was set to be released, and a lot of that probably had to do with the success of Shrek spinoff Puss in Boots, because Puss in Boots has had a couple of movies which has been successful, and with a lot of the main cast, desperate for hits like Cameron Diaz, who retired and came back recently, Mike Myers, whose career has been tanking, and Eddie Murphy, who's just been doing a bunch of horrible movies. All of them are on board, obviously. And, among many other things that make movies crap like DEI, the constant rehashes of Hollywood has been another one of those reasons. But every now and then they are able to bring out a rehash that's successful, like Moana 2. And usually it seems the animations have a better shot. And so Shrek 5 has been announced. And of course, they put Zendaya in it because they're putting this mutt, Hollywood's favorite half breed, they're putting her in everything. Christopher Nolan films. She got a little TV show on HBO. She's been putting in this and that, Dune. So now she's in this. And again, I guess we'll see how that turns out. But I do want to focus more on the Mike Myers of it all because going, you know, I guess a couple of decades back, Shrek started as a Mike Myers franchise. When he was steamrolling and having a highly successful career. And one of the main reasons his career fell outside of, making a bad movie here and there, apparently he's an a-hole, according to entertainment news and rumors. He was an a-hole, and it's not like they aren't full of a-holes. I mean, they're full of child sexual predators in Hollywood, but that part is okay. You just have to be a child sexual predator that doesn't annoy the others. And it appears that Mike Myers was one of those. And so, as a result, his career has been on the decline. But now, with the announcement of Shrek 5 and his recent appearance on SNL, where he's, pandering to the woke mob of Petalwood, playing Elon Musk with a chainsaw and wearing T-shirts saying Canada is not for sale. Obviously, he's not only looking to get another hit with Shrek 5, but he's looking to ingratiate himself in Hollywood. And one of the main ways you can do that is hate Trump or someone a part of his administration. It doesn't matter how much of an a-hole you were. Most definitely doesn't matter how much of a sexual deviant creep towards kids you were. You take a few jabs at Trump, then all is forgiven. And what's truly comical is that when he appeared on SNL mocking Elon Musk, he was mocking the idea of his Doge, which is seeking to unroot government corruption and either put an end or significantly decrease what we know as pork barrel spending. Just nonsensical use of taxpayers' money, wasting money, which has resulted us being in $36 trillion worth of debt. And, quite naturally, if you took up past narratives of libtard ideology, they are supposedly big proponents of attacking the man, fighting against the system. And one of the main aspects of the man, the system, was always the government. And election after election, all you have ever heard is politicians talking about we're going to go to Washington and take on government corruption. We're going to cut spending. Every single politician of both parties have made this promise. Now, the promise is actually being kept, but the narrative has now changed. These liberals who talk about fighting against the system, the man that being the government, are very pro government. And they don't want nothing to do with cutting any money. And again, it just has to do with them being in opposition towards Trump. It's opposition against Trump. That's all it's about. I mean, these people would literally support taking injections of AIDS just to oppose Trump. Like, that's how suicidal, moronic these people are. It's sort of like a suicidal level of idiocy that comes from libtards. And Mike Myers is delving into that by playing, the Elon Musk character for SNL. But he's also delving into that to, re-ingratiate himself so he's allowed to make more movies because of his, poor reputation from years past. And then the whole Canada thing, I mean, well, I like to refer to Canada nowadays as Little India. There's already been unofficially sold. Actual native Canadians don't even really have a real place in Canada. But again, they're more pathetically cucked than the woke white libtards here in America. And, Mike Myers perfectly represents that fact. But anyway, as far as the Shrek 5 movie, again, there's another new movie set to be released that is of zero of my concern because me, unlike most, when I say that I'm against this liberal nonsense, this wokeness pushed through the mainstream media, I actually mean it. And one of the main ways I show that I actually mean it is that I stopped spending money on Hollywood. Proud to say, haven't gone to a movie theater since 2009. Haven't paid to watch any bit of entertainment from mainstream Hollywood since 2012. And again, I just imagine over and over again if all Republicans, if all conservatives, hell, if just all exclusively Trump MAGA supporters did the same thing that I've been doing for years, then you would see a significant decline in the mainstream media reach and financial success. Because believe it or not, a lot of people who claim to be against Hollywood are some of the main people that continue to finance Hollywood. And ultimately, you can be as bold as you want in your own on your online internet postings, but it means diddly squat if you're still showing financial support. It's like, yeah, you can call out U.S. aid and call for an end to that, but when you're essentially helping to finance U.S. aid, a U.S. aid esque industry, which Hollywood is, then quite frankly, you're not any better than those people that were keeping U.S. aid alive. Because Hollywood has been one of the top influences in pushing anti American hate, anti white hate, anti heterosexual male hate, you know, anti Christianity, anti heterosexual nuclear family. They've been the main contributors to that. And again, that's not even counting the pedophilia that they're involved in. The romanticizing of drug use, the romanticizing of thugs and gangs. People are utterly despicable, and their industry deserves to die. But as long as people find their consumerism more important than what they claim to stand for, then these demons will continue to thrive and exist. And that's why, when I hear talk about, Epstein, Epstein files, Epstein list, and the dissatisfaction with those things being released, my instant reaction to anybody complaining about that is, well, do you still support Hollywood? Because if you still do, then that list being revealed truly doesn't matter because you're still supporting the beast. You're still being a part of the problem. So again, if you're still supporting sports ball, movies, TV shows through streamers, theme parks, merchandise items, mainstream video games, if you're contributing to any of that, you're contributing to the problem. And the list being revealed is irrelevant since, again, you're still financing an industry which you're pretty confident that is pretty much an industry of pedos. But anyway, Shrek 5 is out, and I could give a rat's ass, or soon to be out, and I could give a rat's ass.